right, welcome. This is none other than Nigel, and I am happy to have here today AMillionsons. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did.
Please tell me, what is AMillionsons, and how did you all come up with that name? And anyone can tell me. Yeah,
Robin?
AMillionsons.
I met Matt a long time ago when he was DJing a jazz soul night, and we laughed about playing with a load of samples, essentially, kind of doing it obviously, but not too obviously. And we started in the studio, and then that was it. What we did started to click. So I think the name comes from something that Matt suggested, which is it's a play on John Lennon's "A Million Sons," but the other way around, sons as in the sky rather than sons and daughters as we have it.
So it's from it's from the description of the atomic bomb originally. So that's a happy way to start things. But it's actually there's a quote that it was like the light from a million suns. And so we just took that as a play on the word, and
across the universe as well, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Was it across the universe?
Yeah, it's in that. It was more taking the play from that as well, taking it from the original source.
Yeah, we didn't want the atomic bomb reference, so we swapped it up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Groovy.
So
groovy.
and I kind of came into the picture a little bit later on. I was kind of doing session work for these guys, and then they asked me to come and join them full time. That was before like kind of 2003 sort of era. So yeah, and we've been in the same lineup ever since.
So you do the engineering and the mixing and the mastering and all of the
Robin mainly does that sort of thing. I'm kind of like do a lot of the instrumental or the instrument type of side of things, and Matt's a very, very, very talented DJ.
Beautiful. So that's I want to talk about a lot of things, but is there something on my there's still lunch on my chin? I don't know why my webcam is so damn colorful. But it is. I gotta figure this. It's a new thing. I want to talk about the first ones.
The first one's free.
The first one's free.
Yeah.
Sorry. The first one's free, 2005. Right off the bat, Out of My Head and Stay Off the Dope are two that are going to be added in my playlist. That's going to be blaring in my car, in my Jeep. I'm sorry, I have a Jeep. They're going to be blaring in my Jeep, and people are going to be trying to figure out what the hell he's jamming to. And I know it was so far way back, but I mean, it could come back. There was so much media. There was so much instant, where we can get it out to the world back then versus now. Is that something you all would consider? I mean, it's fresh to my ears.
I think we'd be happy to re-release anything in any format, really. It's I think we've done a lot of the stuff from the first one's free is obviously up and available online, and we're trying to concentrate on doing new things, but it's more wherever it takes us, really. We never really set out with any plan or any direction. We just did loads of stuff that we wanted to do, that we liked, and we took a big load of samples and we wrote some lyrics and we put some tunes in there, and there's original writing in there, and we just mixed it all up and just literally pressed it up on vinyl and sent it out to people to see if they like it. And there was never anything never anything more than that, and it's just we were lucky that some people did like it.
Yeah, jamming. I mean, it's a banger. Who is the young lady on Out of My Head?
That's Cilla Black.
Cilla Black, okay. And and who's the young man? Who is the man on Summer Song?
Oh, that's Andy Juan. That's one of our singers.
You?
So no, Andy Juan. He's one of our guys. So we don't sing. None of us sing. We don't want to hear us
sing. Okay, that's
what
I'm
no, you definitely don't want to hear us sing. Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
So we remastered that LP last year before, and so it was on Spotify because it sort of disappeared. It was released on an indie label, and then there was a load of distributors and record companies folding at the time, and Pinnacle was one of them. And Pinnacle failed, and all our CDs and pressing or whatever were in their warehouse, and it went under. So it was very, very rare, and so we went, well, we'll redo it. So we remastered it and brought it, brought the sonics up to date. No, we didn't touch anything creatively, so that's why it's now on Spotify. So, but obviously, we don't want to revisit too much. It's we've got plenty of new stuff to be going on with.
Yeah. I don't want to revisit the whole album, but those two singles, they definitely they rock. So
appreciate that
in my car. Now let's talk about Misti Blu. How did you all meet Taka, and how did that? I know that was been years ago, but if you can tell me how that came to be.
Mark Bell was the connection.
Sure.
So we did. We cut the Dorothy Moore version up as a white label, as a bootleg, completely. We just loved it. We kind of wanted to extract the essence of it in a weird way without covering it. Do you know what I mean? We felt that there was an essence in there. We wanted to do something that would mash it up with a hip hop beat. Mm-hmm. We pressed it onto vinyl, and Mancuso started playing one of the mixes in the loft. That's how long ago it was, right? But we realised rapidly, people are really getting this, and there was quite a stir about it. But we realised we had to do something because it was Dorothy Moore, and we didn't have any sample clearance. Was part of the fun of it, right? And so we joked with connections with Mark Bell, saying, "Oh, can we get Taka to do it? Let's get a classic soul singer." And it was kind of, we were joking initially. And she came back and went, "Yeah, I'd love to do that. My family love it." And we go, "Well, bring your sister." Just joking, And blowed me, she turned up with her sister and Mark, the brother, in this little studio in North London when we were tracking the vocals. Everything else was done in Nottingham. But so we were just astonished when they actually turned up because we had no warning that the whole family were turning up. So so we went, right, here we go, let's go. So we re-recorded the whole single. Did it exactly like it was originally, and then resampled it to make our record again, right? So that's the lengths we went to make that first time round.
That was beautiful. I mean, I know you were. That song, I'm a '60s baby, but that song I remember it just as well in the '70s. I mean, when it came out, I remember it playing on the radio, and Taka does serious justice to it.
She vocals are just spectacular. She really is. She's one of every time I listen to her singing, you know the other songs as well. It really is. It's an absolute pleasure to be working with her then, but working with her now again. All these years later as well. It's been a really good journey.
Yeah, I have a song in mind that I think she would cover. I mean, it's a cover of the Beatles. The Beatles, Blackbird, but it was done by Sisters Love. I don't know if you heard of them,
right?
And it's really soulful, and I had sent it to her, and just listen. I said I just feel like that she could really, with the right musicians and the right because it has to hit.
Put it on the list.
Yeah, please. I'm giving you all a little.
Yeah. Appreciate the heads up.
Candy cane. Because and then I was, I have Amazon Music, and I don't know if you all use the term Boomer babies or whatever, Generation X. So this stuff is not part of my existence. But one day I was trying to do some spring cleaning, and I went to thing. I'm like, well, I pay not $7.99 a month. Let me go listen. And then Beyonce's whole album was on there. I didn't even know they put the whole album on there. And so I'm listening, and she covered Blackbird.
Right.
And I said, oh yeah, I'm on to something. Because I've been
Oh, that's
Blackbird
definitely. We should be writing that down, eh?
been on my mind for a while. Yeah. So check it out, Sisters Love. I think it's still on YouTube. And but yeah, it'd be groovy. But so bravo, you all did an excellent job. There's so many mixes. Any favorites or remixes? Any favorites?
Well, from back then, or for the ones that we're releasing now?
Now.
From now, well, I mean, Mark Bell does. He's got an absolutely fantastic Chicago house mix. Do you know what? All of them are so different. They're all really great in their own right. Do we have a favorite one? I can't say I do have a favorite one. They're all fantastic. We've got really cool, kind of like jazzy hip hop from a local artist from where our band is originated from in Nottingham in the UK. His name is Claude Money, and it's so different to what you'd hear out there from any other artists, which is one of the things that we were drawn to. But he also works with Robin in the studio as well. Obviously, Mark Bell, Shaboom, former M People, he's done a great Chicago house mix for us, which is absolutely rocking. Shmoove, who did the original mix back in 2002, which is the one that got picked up on My Tuesday and played in the loft and kind of brought all the attention to Misti Blu. They've revisited and done another mix as well for us, which is, again, absolutely fantastic. And then we've got a UK garage mix in there as well. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah, I think there's about 5 or 6 mixes with the package, which are being released in Waterfall over the next few months after Misti Blu 2 is released on Friday.
Okay, so
I'll tell you one thing. I thought my least favourite mix, and Simon's going to hate me for this, but was Simon Patterson's note. Simon's a professor of music, associate professor of music at the University of Nottingham, right? So let's not diss his musical vibes. And I thought, well, we should include it because it's interesting. And then I had a few beers one night and went back to the studio, listened to it, and I'm going, oh my God, this is good.
It's genius. It really is.
Absolutely genius. I just needed to be in the right place to hear it. So
yeah, and I think that's the great thing with this. We wouldn't put anything on there, contrary to what Robin's just said. We wouldn't put anything out there that we didn't feel did the song justice. Right. With every remix that we put out with it, some people might go, "Oh, it's a bit of overkill," but I don't think it is, because everyone's brought their own flavour to it, and it's not one mix sounds the same. They all sound different, and they've all got their own, and it appeals to like a wide genre of people, so everyone can really enjoy that song.
Yeah,
I guess that was.
So you send them the vocals and then the tracks, or they get the vocals and they make their own tracks, music.
We send them the stems from the whole track that we've done, and then they can take elements from that and what they want and everything, and then add their own things to it, be creative with it. And then they'd send them back to us, and we give them some of our creative input as well, send it back, forth, etc. So it's been, I think, since we decided to revisit this song again, and there were many reasons why we did it, and for some of them we're not going to get into because they weren't very positive reasons, but it came about where I was speaking to Robin, and I said, I think we should. It was the 20th anniversary of Misti Blu back in 2002, well, just before. And I said, I think it was late 21, actually, 2021. I said to Robin, let's redo Misti Blu and let's give it some real justice. So a few things that were done the first time we weren't happy with. And initially, from Matt and Robin, they were like, no, we shouldn't do it. No, we'll just leave it. And I was like, I think we should do it, guys. It'd be great. We could do a new version and this and that and the other. And they were like, no. And then one day, Robin went back to the studio after a few beers we was actually with Claude Money. And they got the samples up and they were messing around. And I remember he called me the next day and he was like, no, we should definitely do it. I've got some great ideas. And so with them speaking to Matt as well, we're like, look, we think we should do this. We're all in agreement. And just at that time as well, Taka had actually just reached back out to us as well after not being in touch for a while. And so I was on the phone to her for probably a good 2 hours. I was in Belgium at the time, I think. And I was on the phone to her for about 2 hours telling her what we were thinking of doing with it. She was like, that was her most favourite project that she'd ever worked on. Was the original Misti Blu that we'd done. And one of the reasons is because she had a brother and sister involved with it as well, and she loves the track. And I think why it was so important, we don't like to really revisit old songs, but why it was important to us is because it's such an amazing song, but because it's such a unicorn to have all three fantastic siblings singing on one record. And for us to be able to do that and do it properly this time was an opportunity we didn't really want to pass up. And so this has been, you know, okay, it's now 22 years since the initial release, so we're a little bit late with the 20th anniversary, but that was the initial intention. But it's taken that long for us to get this project up and running and to actually get everything together for us to be able to do it. So it's been a hard slog, but very much worth it.
Yeah, I love the blue. Now, where can I buy it, or where can we buy it when it's available? And the vinyl, it's going to be in vinyl and CD. Just
vinyl for now.
Okay.
We've got the vinyl's ready. We're just we're trying to get distribution for that.
Okay.
It will be available via our website, the AMillionsons.com website, at some point soon. And also via our record label, which is Ilkid Records, which again is a very small independent label from Leicestershire in the UK as well. But you'll be able to buy it from them as well. So,
okay,
soon, very, very soon.
Soon, yeah, because I definitely want to have my copy.
And the main tracks out. The main tracks out digitally on Amazon and Spotify and everything next Friday, right? So this Friday coming.
This Friday the
24th, yeah.
That's the release.
So that'll be available to everyone. The other mixes are going to get staggered through into June and July. They'll be vinyl only, or promo only until then. But the main mix drops Friday.
Okay, good. Bandcamp. Yeah, have you all considered Bandcamp too?
Absolutely, yeah. That's another outlet for us as well, which we'll be getting on to. You know, for us, we had a hiatus back in 2010, 2011. We all kind of like, you know, life got in the way for various things. It wasn't an intentional hiatus, but we kind of just drifted and everything went into their own thing, had families and all that sort of stuff. And so we kind of missed the whole social media boom for the music and also for the other, you know, outlets as well. So we're almost playing catch up right now. So yeah, Bandcamp is definitely, we are on Bandcamp.
And I say this, I guess I'm jovial about it because it's never too late. It's right on time. I had a lag too, and I had some hiatus going on too. But my little YouTube thing, I just started really. I mean, I'm sitting here with all of these, and I got this little digital transfer thing, and I'm going through and finding all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I forgot all about that. And then I'm also like, I have, CD Baby, but CD Baby used to have these, every holiday they would have these sales where you can, get a whole album for like $4.99. And if you wasn't ready, you can just get it. So I had every like 4 years, I had all of these already paid for albums and singles. So this past month I went in there and started getting them ready. But the problem, I messed up because I put tentative dates and I was gonna go back in and and I let the time, there's a time frame when you can change the dates. They already in the store. So one came out on the 17th, another one comes out today. And so, but they're out there. So I mean, but I wanted to strategically get this stuff off the shelf. You know what I mean? I read a book of Kashif. I don't know if you heard of him, but he was back in the 80s producer. He passed away. But one thing he said in his book about was that, you can it's just sitting on the shelf. Get it out of the shelf and get it out there.
We're definitely fall victim to that as well. We've got so many songs that we've started even from 15, 20 years ago that are really good songs, and we will revisit and go back to at some point and try and get them out there because it needs to be. Why not? Getting music out now is a lot more accessible than it was. Especially back when we first started.
It was a major challenge back then. And from what I read, they love you. You all got a lot of love. Now, I did see something. I don't know if I read it wrong. You are throwing paint or something. The lion sleeps tonight.
Oh yeah.
It said you all just came back from something because you all were throwing paint at the tourists. I don't know what I read, but I tried to find the lion sleeps tonight. I couldn't find that. Tell me, yeah. Help me understand what I read.
Well, that's Miriam Makeba, isn't it? That's when we sample Miriam, and that's a great track. That it's incredibly rare, and there's the issues with clearances on it. If we, in terms of just putting it out there, I'm not sure what the reference to Throwing Paint is, but yeah, we got some love for that for sure.
Yeah.
No, the Miriam Makeba one is it's a very old track now. That's to the point where it's going to be, in the I don't know what they call it, in the public domain or whatever soon. It's that old.
Yeah.
So we might be all right with it.
So it's so it's actually going back, because that's actually an African folk song way back.
Yes.
So it's that goes back to who knows where.
I just wanted to hear y'all's version. I couldn't find it on YouTube.
We'll see if we can dig it out for you. We're going to send you a copy.
Oh, you got it.
We're gonna work that one up. That's gonna be quite a loose jam with a big band, full band. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be fun, that one, because that's just gonna roll on and go wherever it goes.
Well, this is what that's another one, like the Line Slips is what we called it, the Line Slips tonight, and then that was another one we are possibly thinking at some point in the future of revisiting and re-releasing, because again it went out, but really it kind of disappeared and went into the ether, so now with the way things are going for us now, I think it's a good opportunity to actually start putting some of this old back catalogue, like the first one's Free, and again we don't really like revisiting the older stuff, but some of this stuff never really got heard or got the attention it deserves. So again, but I'll get it over to you. So I'll put it on my hard drive.
Yeah, that's what I told Ivan. I told him, I said, hey, that album that you and Paulette did, Paulette McWilliams, I don't know if you know who she is. Back then, no one heard it. I mean, now, so they really re-released the stuff, and it's a whole new life.
That's it. It's no, like you said, it's no good on the shelf, and for us, some of that stuff is out there, obscure on YouTube or something, but we just need to put it out officially so people can go find it.
And connect it to you all.
Yeah, we're working on that slowly.
Your new presence.
Yeah, without trying to get too wound up in what we did, because we're always about what we're doing,
you don't
right?
Do that, and you don't have to prioritize it either. But just know that, hey, at some point, because that's what I did. I didn't prioritize it, but for me, I'm not comparing it to you, but for me, it was the neglect, because I had literally, it was therapeutic for me doing the music, and so at one point I just got in here and I just started doing all these electronic dance things, and I came up with a whole catalog. Then I was doing 70s type punk stuff, and there was like a whole catalog of that, and then some and then I was like, well, let me try to build a catalog for sync licensing, because I'm just trying to figure out what the hell to do. And then I went away from it. And then when I came back and listened, I'm like, okay, that's a whole album. But you can tell when you're in a certain mode. When you're in a certain time, it sounds like that. And then you come and you listen to this. This was that time. And so I said, oh, this is an album. That's an album. So I said, that's why I went ahead and what am I supposed to know about me? But but yeah, so it was just therapy, because I was done with the artist management. I had milked that cow, and I had to go and retreat and find me, and I think I told you I'm a Capricorn, so we have some issues. I don't know. What is your sign? Amy. Amy. What is your sign?
Listen, it's fine. I get called, like I told you before, Nigel, I get called all these different things. My surname's like a crazy Polish name as well, so I get called. So I'm not offended. It's fine. I'm a Leo. I'm a very feisty. Yeah. So there we go. I don't know about you two guys. What are you?
Grounded by the two Earth signs, the Virgo and the Taurus. I'm the Virgo.
Oh, we're all from.
There's three Earth signs on the call. So
yeah. So beautiful. So you're in Nottingham. Are you all three are in Nottingham now?
Yeah.
That's a popular.
I'm actually up in Scotland at the moment. So I'm up in the Highlands at the moment. So yeah, but I'll be back down there in about a week.
I want to visit it. It looks, well, at least all the scenic scenes that we see on TV, it's very beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
I love all that green.
Yeah.
You know.
The Highlands, if you go to the west coast of Scotland, that's the place to go for your scenery.
Okay.
So I spent when I kind of had a time out of the music industry and went up to back in 2010, 2011. Just before I left the industry, I met my wife, my now wife, and she was a zoo biologist, and I kind of followed her up to the northwest of Scotland because she was doing stuff with whales and dolphins. So I kind of followed her up there, and then I ended up doing wildlife boat trips with her, actually out into the Atlantic Ocean and going out to all these uninhabited islands. Scotland has hundreds of like uninhabited islands there. But if you want to see scenery and wildlife, whales, dolphins in the wild, northwest Scotland is the place to go. Absolutely.
You might even see some northern lights.
Yeah. I want to see the grizzly bear though.
Yeah.
But the bear, I don't want to see that, but I'm sure they're up there
No
too.
bears.
Don't get any bears. No bears. There's nothing like that, unfortunately.
Is
What you
that
said,
where they
Matt?
shot Game of Thrones?
That was done in Ireland. That was
Northern
Ireland.
Ireland.
That's Ireland. Yeah.
But
Around the
we did
Atlantic.
have on the Isle of Skye, we used to get a lot of musicians coming up and filming their music videos. We had Kanye West actually came and stayed in the hotel just down from where I was staying. And then, what's his name? Harry Styles from One Direction was hanging out of a helicopter literally just on the beach up from where I was working as well. And he was hanging out with one of his first videos, and you could just see him flying up and down on a harness. So yeah, that was. But we used to get quite a lot of musicians coming up to shoot their music videos up there because of the scenery. So, yeah.
Beautiful. So
Yeah,
are you guys
cool.
going to try to get Taka in the booth while she's over there?
I've spoken with her about it. I don't know. We're going to see. We're in talks. We've touched on the ideas of doing something completely new, and that's about as far as we've gone. I think
It
what
would
we
be
want
nice.
to do.
I know time may not permit it, but it would be nice if a video could be done for Misti Blu.
It's actually in the process. Yeah, there is a video that originally that was done for the first time. It was released through Warner's because we were signed to Warner's then. So there was a music video there, but it didn't feature any of us.
Right.
So,
But
and again,
while she's
Say again?
over there, you might, I don't know. While she's in Europe, you might be able to. I don't know. Just
do you know that it
depends on her. I guess. Yeah.
This is it. Yeah,
That part,
obviously the ball is in her court, and obviously we've developed a really good friendship with Taka, and and again with this record, and we keep going back to Misti, but that was one of the things for us was to make sure that she gets as much out of this record that we do. This is a collaboration. It's not just featuring Taka Boom. She is, she embodies the track because of her amazing vocals. And so she kind of had a hiatus at the similar sort of time to us, and so we're both in the same boat, if you like. This is the first time when we play on the 15th of June, and we do the live PA down at the South Bank in London. That's part of Chaka's Meltdown Festival.
Yeah.
That'll be the first time I've personally played live for 15 years.
Wow. So you're gonna be playing the
14 years.
You playing the drums or the keys?
No, guitar.
Guitar. Okay.
Guitar.
All right.
Yeah, that was my instrument by trade, was guitar. But then I played drums, piano, keyboard, and various other bits and bobs.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and the tech's so good now that actually it doesn't matter if she's in Chicago or LA or wherever she is, wherever Georgia they're in now, aren't they? So it just
Georgia.
Yeah,
It doesn't
have to
matter.
be. Yeah, it could be.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, it could be a later date. Yeah. Well, I am happy for you guys. Is there anything? Oh, so how can they reach you guys, and where can they find you or AMillionsons?
Well, we're on socials, so Instagram is a really good place, and again, it's just AMillionsons, all one word, and SONS as opposed to SUNS. So Facebook, we're on TikTok as well. We don't do for our sins. We don't do a huge amount of posting. We probably should do a little bit more.
But it's effective. I mean, from what I saw, so
we're getting it. We're trying.
Doing it. I did a good job.
We kind of missed the whole social media.
Is that you talking, doing the voiceovers, Andy?
That's me. Yeah.
For sure. Oh yeah, you're a pro. Because I like that with the blue record. I want my record to be blue. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. We'll sort that out for you. I'll get one. No problem.
And I'm like, yeah, okay. Then Taka was gleaming. I mean, literally did the video to put on Facebook. So I said, oh yeah, she's behind this, because she was not trying to get on the video for a while. And Chaka is on board, so. And
yeah, that's a really nice thing as well. And obviously, we've got to be quite careful with how this record gets put out, and we are. The marketing behind it is very. We've got to be very careful, because we don't want, obviously, with Chaka's status, we don't want it to overshadow Taka being the lead vocalist, and that's why it's been very clear from everybody we've been working with, is saying, it's AMillionsons featuring Taka Boom with Chaka Khan and Mark Stevens as well. Yeah. And Chaka is completely on board with that as well. She doesn't want to overshadow her sister. This is definitely time for Chaka to shine again. And quite rightly, she absolutely deserves it. She really does. She's a really wonderful, and as you know, Nigel, I mean, she's a wonderful woman. And she really deserves all the success.
Yes, I've been a champion that for years. It was my idea that helped manifest the song with her, Mark, and Mark Bell.
Yeah,
Chaka. I was pushing. Boy, I was every time I talked to Mark, every time I talked to Taka, and that's when Taka came back to the States. And so I said, look, y'all need to get together. The three of y'all need to get together. Talk to Mark. Y'all need to get together. The three of you all need to get together. I just kept saying it over and over and over and over. And then every time I said, I feel it in my spirit, because I had this gift. And then when Taka called me, she said, we're going to do it. I said, okay. And then when it came to fruition, I was overjoyed. I just was glad everything came together. The little video, the little song, and I think Mark was in the video. Mark Bell, Mark Stevens.
Yeah, they were all in there. That was the FOMO video, wasn't it?
Yeah, the FOMO.
So,
yeah.
That's yeah.
That was me. I drove that. I drove that car in there.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah. So, this is right on time. I just want to let you guys know, and I hope that that things work out where you guys can work with her on some more stuff.
Episode 2. That would be great. And
when we had the chemistry, you milk that cow. You gotta milk it. Well, you all in another land. You probably don't know what the hell is he talking about.
Yeah, we do. But
you know what I mean. Yeah, just
the thing is,
sorry, go on.
Because the art has to drive it. Something has to happen to gel that. It's rather than a kind of a, hey, we've got a vein here, let's mine it. It's like a, hey, you know what? The music kind of speaks to you, to us, and so it's waiting for that germ. It's waiting for that little piece of fire to go. Hang on a minute, let's do this, right? So
yeah. So
okay. Yeah, I think it's also as well to add, when you're blessed to actually, we've worked with lots of singers and and musicians as well, and that's the thing. We're not really classed as, we're called a band. We're not really a band as such. We're 3 guys musicians, DJs, producers, kind of thing. We all have a different set of skills that get together and want to write good music and put it together. And so we draft in, various different people for various different elements of songs to collaborate with. And we've collaborated with other singers, and they've been good, absolutely very, very good. But when you're blessed to be working with such a high caliber of vocalist like Taka, then absolutely working with her again in the future on something original, which would be really cool. That'd be really nice.
Yeah. And Matt, you DJ, so you've played, you spent in plenty of clubs, haven't you, in the past? Or do you
have in the past, yeah. Again, I had a little break, like everybody else had a little break. I still do, I still DJ, and obviously I'll be getting back to getting the old headphones on again. Beautiful.
Now, and a lot has changed. No more carrying the vinyl crates. the crates.
Well, I still DJ on vinyl. I mean,
I
do.
Okay, good. I try to tell people vinyl is where it's at.
I mean, I cut down my record collection quite a bit, but I've still got a couple thousand.
Okay, so you do both. Or you do the digital and the vinyl.
I can do digital, but I mean, I've got another mate who's ex-industry. And he's doing a lot of work for Defected now, and we just go out and play our records because it's more fun. And we get to take the vinyl with us and play on vinyl, and you get people coming up and just like looking at you.
It's become a novelty now, hasn't it? People actually want to see people playing vinyl.
Look, I hear, I read and hear these new record artists and they're talking about, we're not making any money, and no one knows about this streaming thing, and you can't figure it out. Where is the money going? I said, what you do is you go back to vinyl, and then it's what is the word I'm looking for? It's tangible. This because the digital thing, some they robbing. Yeah, they robbing folk with that.
It's hard to earn money. It's hard to earn money from digital.
Yeah.
And the other thing with me is because I always played on vinyl. I tend to remember songs by what the sleeve looks like or things like that. I'm completely terrible with names.
It's back. I bought me a brand new Audio Technica, and I got the one with the Bluetooth and the one where I can plug it into the computer and put the wave in Audacity, and then turn the volume up so when I play in the car it's blasting loud. But no, so when I go in the record store, because we have record stores now here, and new artists have vinyl. They're selling vinyl, so the labels are doing vinyl. They don't talk about it, but they release the vinyls on these acts.
Well, I think people like that tangible thing of having a vinyl in the hand and it's different from CDs, because I think the kind of CDs are kind of end up being a little bit like cassette tapes, like they were a novelty, well not novelty, but they're a novelty now where you look at them, etc. Whereas vinyl, the quality of the sound that you get from a vinyl, you can't get that from digital streaming or anything. And I think people like having something like you're saying, tangible, where they can feel it, touch it, see it, and put it down, and then sit back and listen to the music. And it's become that, I think, a bit more of a personal connection between the artist and the listener, of having that, having something there to actually hold and and actually to feel and look and and then sit back and listen.
And the design.
I think it's a reaction to the music is everywhere, music is water. So you put Spotify on, it'll play endlessly tunes you've never heard on some algorithm. So this is a complete opposite to that. You got the experience of buying it, looking at it, taking the time to clean it, put it on, and select the track you're going to play, and sit back and then listen. So there's a reverence to the music. And vinyl sales are bigger than they were in the early 90s now, right? They've gone crazy. Trust me, trying to get this pressed was like, we had to pull some smart maneuvers to get that back in any sort of time. You can be looking at 3 months to get something pressed. Every pressing plant's working flat out. So that's a good thing for music.
It's an excellent thing for the music. I was thinking about something and it went way away.
I think it's like, you remember going into record stores. We had a shop called HMV over in the UK, and I used to go in there once a week, find a CD, and you'd be there, going through your CDs or looking at the vinyl, etc. And that just completely disappeared with the the advent of digital music. So yeah, it's great that all these record stores are starting to pop up, and and again, we're just when you're asking where can they buy the record from, that's where we're looking. That's the next step for us, is to try and get this out to the record stores worldwide. But we're just looking for a distributor at the moment. So we have we're in talks with a few, but hopefully they'll be available soon.
Okay. Well, that's what I was going to talk about. The album cover, the artwork, beautiful. I mean, can you share some insights on that in the process?
Yeah, well, I did it. So it was kind of like a cost-saving exercise, if you like, with creative direction from my colleagues here. So I think my wife is an extremely talented artist, amongst other things as well. And so and I kind of said, do you think you could design the sleeve for us? And she's like, do you know what, I'd really love to, but I'm a bit too busy, but I can help. And I've done various bits and bobs in the past and all that sort of stuff. So it was just done on Procreate on my iPad, and taking various elements and bits and bobs, putting it together, and us having lots of lengthy discussions and arguments and things about how the sleeve should be. And then we got to that final design that we were really happy with. But generally, it was we didn't go out looking for it. It was partly a cost saving exercise, because we don't have any major label support on this time around. We have a wonderful label, like I say, Ilkid Records, that we've licensed this record to, that are helping us financially with this and other bits and bobs. But where you can cut costs, I think nowadays it's quite important. So yeah, hence that's what we did, and that's what we come up with. So, but yeah, I appreciate your compliment.
It's really nice.
Got a future, Andy. You've got a future.
Yeah, it's official.
I think the thing is, if you can keep stuff in house, then keep it in house. Because you keep creative control. The experience for me this time round, it's been really rewarding in the sense that we are very much in the driving seat of everything, right down to the artwork, right down to making sure the copy gets signed off so that nothing's misspelt, and all the pressures too. But it's like that comes with its rewards of being able to keep things in house and keep a creative purview over everything. So I think, for your cost saving necessity, fine, but actually the creative merits are you've just seen it, you've just said it, so the results are good. As long as the quality control's there, then why not do it yourself?
Yeah. It was. I mean, when I look at the what do they call it on YouTube? The store. It's a short.
Well, yes. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Commercial. I'm like, well, they paid a good penny for that, but I mean, it's well produced. So did you do that as well? The commercial, the editing.
Yeah, I did all the editing as well. So I've done all the videos and all that stuff. Again, just self-taught. Yeah. And again, it's just it's a cost-saving exercise. I used to do, again, a few little videos when I was up in the Isle of Skye. Some of the companies I worked for had a drone, so a little bit of editing skills there as well. So, and again, exactly what Robin was saying, it allows us to have control, creative control and sign things off. It also helps, having my wife who's an illustrator and graphic designer as well, so she can finally, finalize and check things over. And she spotted a few things and gone, you need to do this, we should be doing that as well. So, which really helps. And and Matt is, very creative marketing guru as well. So, we all bring in some various different elements here to get the final product, which is quite cool.
Good. That's good, Matt. And Matt is the man.
Matt.
That is the man.
Yeah. Lots of WhatsApp.
I know that's right. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you all shared this time with me. Again, bravo. I'm loving it. Now I've listened to all of the mixes, various mixes throughout, and some of the ones from back then. And I remember back then, I think Taka sent me one. She sent it to me, and it had multiple mixes on it. What is the actual original? Is there an original?
An original. Well, there was a bootleg version first, and then we redid the whole song, and then we sampled our own song.
Okay, so there was another version. Okay, so there was a bootleg version.
So there's an old bootleg version that's got Dorothy Moore on it, which is way back in the mist of time, and then we worked out that the best way to do it was just to do the song straight, and then we chopped that up the same way as we did first time round. So we basically sampled ourselves.
I believe the one that I have, it's her sing. It's like the song, from start to finish.
Yeah, so you're talking about the new version. You're talking about Misti Blu Two.
Andy, there is an original full version.
But that was yes. Okay, yeah, no, I know which one you mean.
Yeah, from way back.
That did get a limited release, but there is an original full version.
Is that the Radio 2 version? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's what we
on
vinyl.
To
Radio 2.
Yeah.
It's on Warner's vinyl, rare.
Because she sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And then I knew there was some remixes on it.
Oh, there's a few, yeah.
That's quite a few.
So make sure but that first one I'm talking about, that's going to be on this one too as well.
No, we've completely redone it. So all of this is completely brand new. Everything has been redone right from scratch. Beautiful. All brand new stuff. Yeah. So it's I think with this one we kind of wanted to revisit the elements of the original a bit more. Have Taka vocals all the way through and go a little bit more to the soulful side, which is. I guess it's hard to pin us into a genre because we're an electronic, a collective kind of, we're hip hop, trip hop, blues, soul, and like Robin said in the past as well, we take elements from all different types of music, and we write what we want to write, and put out there, and sometimes it can be a bit confusing. But I think, with this one, it's definitely gone back to its roots a little bit more. But with elements of what AMillionsons is about and what Taka is about as well.
Beautiful, yeah, and your group, Stay Off Dope, the Bart Simpson sample.
Yeah.
Just that whole hip, y'all were banging. So I don't know if when y'all were younger, y'all were hip hop heads or something. I don't know, but y'all. That's a banging ass track. And I'm like, and Stay Off.
How can you not like hip hop though?
It says live a clean life.
Yeah.
That's Muhammad Ali. That's Muhammad Ali.
I thought I heard him. Yeah, I said that's
It's from his anthology. Spoken poetry. I
think that bit's from an interview.
From an interview
that was taken with him, and then there's a few samples in there. There's Ali Shuffle Time is another track, and that's a track called Ali Shuffle, and then we actually sampled him from, I think it was another interview with the noises with the punching. So it's all from. So that is him throwing punches, but the timing has been changed. It goes with the track.
Yeah.
We borrowed from a lot of places for that.
And then the change, or I don't know if you call it a bridge, at 127 and Out of My Head. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's when it changed, the little bridge.
That's Clockwork Orange.
Strauss, isn't it? Yeah.
Strauss. It's Strauss from Clockwork Orange, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the vision on that. We wanted to mash Strauss up with we got that Scylla thing and played with it, and we really liked it. We're going, this would be mad if we did some waltz with it. So and obviously the Strauss stuff's in 3 times. So we were playing with getting 3s into 4s and that sort of thing. And we're going, well, how do we do it? So there you go. That's how we got to that point. So
sort of like it's a track that's based way back in the 50s as well. So there would have been original strings and things like that. So it started out as quite an orchestral thing, and to just add that thing where you just go completely different, but
kind of analogy, but
Yeah.
digital and mix and scratchy.
Right. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Pretty much that.
Yeah, I listened. Yeah, no. So, yeah, but I mean, yeah, those three songs, off to the, stand out. Yeah, so bravo to you guys. I don't know if you get told that. But
Well,
maybe-
we appreciate hearing it.
We are now, so thank you.
Yeah, you guys rock. You rock royalty. All right, so well, I'm glad you all here. I think we covered mostly everything. We know AMillionsons is Matt, Robin, and Andy, and based from Nottingham.
Mm.
And
Right.
isn't that like Robin Hood?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Because first I was like, was Game of Thrones or is it The Last Kingdom? Do you all get Netflix over there?
All of it.
All of that? Okay.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Robin Hood's big.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and we've got a stately home that's out to the west of the city, and they film one of the Batman films there. So
Oh,
of
yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So where you all are playing now, where the concert is, that's in another part of London, or I mean, how?
Yeah, that's in London. So we're about a couple of hours north of London in Nottingham. So we're right in the middle of the UK.
You just jump on a plane and go, or are you going to drive?
No. We'll drive down.
Right. I think Andy is actually catching a plane because he's in Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of us will be driving or training it.
Okay. Are you going to stay there now? Is there hotels near the place?
Yeah, I will be staying in a hotel for the night because I have to fly back the following day. So there's no, but I don't know about you guys, what you decided yet. I don't even decided anything. I know I've got a meeting with Taka, Tammy, and the Meltdown Festival guys on Thursday. So I guess we'll find out more what's happening then.
Well, that's beautiful. Now, that's another great opportunity.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
People know about it. Have some. I don't know if you're gonna have T-shirts with AMillionsons, or if you're gonna just have some promo vinyls. I'm not vinyls, but music at the thing.
No, 100%. That's what we're looking to do. I think again we're playing catch up. We've had a long time out of it, so opportunities like this, we can't thank you enough. For giving us this platform to to come out and share our story and our journey moving forward as well. And and I think for things like this, doing podcasts and interviews and everything, it's invaluable for us. So thank you very much for having us.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, guys.